Let's look at our woodland scrub scorecard. This scorecard covers 3 habitat types: woodland, scrub and dense bracken. If the plot is dominated by dense bracken, then assign a score of 5 out of 10, and no further assessment is required. If it's not dominated by dense bracken, you need to decide whether your plot comprises woodland or scrub. Woodland generally has a canopy of more than 5 meters in height, or, in the case of wet or bogland, 4 meters. Scrub is usually anything less than this. You'll also find useful information on our scorecard tip sheet. A1 is for scrub-dominated areas only. Describe the diversity and structure of the scrub present. Poor relates to gorse-dominated scrub. Moderate is when 2 or more woody species are present, but not necessarily common throughout. Good is where there are 3 or more woody species present, and these must be commonly distributed throughout the plot. Very good is when 4 or more woody species are common throughout the plot. For very good, there should also be a variation in vegetation height and structure throughout the plot. A2 refers to woodland-dominated areas only. For further information on the canopy, shrub and field layer, see our tip sheet. A2.1 Describe the canopy layer. This generally refers to the proportion of non-natives, including non-native conifers, within the native woodland. There is poor, which is frequent non-natives; moderate, comprising occasional non-natives; and good, that comprises native woodland with no non-natives, including conifers. A2.2 Describe the shrub layer. The shrub layer occurs in the understory of a well-developed native woodland. Typical shrub species may include hawthorn, holly, blackthorn, gorse, brambles and small birches. The categories provided here are poor, moderate and good. A2.3 Describe the field layer. This relates to the range of vegetation such as herbs, ferns and mosses. There are 3 categories: poor, moderate, which typically has a low diversity of species or possibly is dominated by single native species, and good. B1 is the contribution to watercourses. As with the previous 2 scorecards, this captures the importance of the plot to watercourses. The first of the 3 categories is a dry site, which has no wet features. The second 2 categories are divided depending on whether there is an Ordnance Survey of Ireland OSI mapped natural watercourse on the plot or not. B2 is artificial drainage features within the plot. Widespread drainage is when frequent free-flowing drains occur that affect more than 20% of the plot. Moderate drainage is when these free-flowing drains affect less than 20% of the plot. Poor drainage is when drains are present, but generally the flow is impeded, and they're often vegetated or naturalized. and no drainage is when there are no artificial drainage features present in the plot. C1. Bare soil and erosion. The high category comprises areas of bare soil that results in erosion. You may see high levels of poaching and excessive areas of bare soil in these plots. In moderate, these areas of bare soil do not result in erosion. In the low category, there is little or no man-made bare soil observed, and no evidence of erosion or poaching. C2. Extent of damaging activities. If there are any damaging activities, please list these in the comments section below. In the high category, the plot has been recently felled and/or there is current dumping, burning or other damaging activities. In the moderate category, some evidence of historic felling has taken place, or there is evidence of past dumping or other damaging activities, but these aren't currently taking place. And in the low category, there is no evidence of any damaging activities. And C3. Are there any invasive species in the plot, such as rhododendron, Japanese knotweed or Himalayan balsam? And again, at the bottom of the scorecard, there's a space for comments and recommendations. This is the opportunity to provide advice to allow the farmer to improve their score. Thank you for watching.